So I received the Kindle Scribe an hour ago, which I pre-ordered a couple months ago once they first announced. And yeah, I just couldn't wait. It took a couple months, and there was absolutely no leaks or videos that I could find on the internet. And yeah, so let's unbox this thing. Now this is the one that I got was 64 gigs. I thought I ordered the 32 gigs, but I accidentally must have clicked on the 64 and ordered it. But I checked the price. It's not a huge. It's a minor difference between a 32 and a 64. It is a pretty big box for Scribe. I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, so all right, so let's peel off the package. Nothing else in there. And so that's the Scribe. Oh, it does come with these pen tips. The thing is, I did not know that, so I pre-ordered some tips as pen tips as well. So, oh well, I have some extra tips, so which is fine. It comes with these instructional. Okay, so initial setup guide. Okay, we'll check it out in a bit. And I guess this is just the other documents. Cool, comes with this. So it comes with this USB-C to USB-A cable, which is nice. And this is the pen. To me, it looks more like the Wacom pencil, and it has an eraser in the back, which is something that is lacking with Apple Pencil, because like it's not a hard thing to erase things using Apple Pencil, but it would still be nice to have like an eraser in the back that you can just use like a normal pencil. And it has a shortcut button here on the side, which is nice. We'll check it out in a bit. Let's move these things out of the way. I hope it's pre-charged. This is a large tablet. Okay, I like the back. This is all metal. It's not a plastic device, which is nice, or at least the back is metal. And I like these little foot on the back, so when you put it on the back, it will not move, which is nice. All right, so the power button and the USB charging is on the side, which is interesting. In Kindle devices, they have the power button on the bottom. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I think you can you can attach the pencil on the side just like on the iPad. So you take it out and then you put it back on, which it's a satisfying click. Nice. So let's turn on the Kindle for the first time. And so while it turns on, this so far has been a great device. Well, I say that like I've used it, but I have used it. I had to reset the whole Kindle because the top-down camera was not in focus. So anyway, so the first thing that we have to do is select the language. Now the startup is mostly kind of similar to how existing Kindle devices do. So you select your region, you go next, and I have to speed up a whole bunch of parts of this, otherwise we'll be here for hours. Well, not hours. Kindle, to be honest, was a really, really easy to set up. I just had to make sure that my phone was nearby, and I wanted to set it up with my phone. And when I clicked on it, as long as they're nearby, you would see that pop up on the phone, and it would just get all the settings from the phone. The only thing I had to do was select which Wi-Fi network the Kindle Scribe should be connected to, and that is all that it needs. And it will pull in all my information from Amazon. And now it's now asking me if I need Kindle Unlimited, and I don't. And so we're already on the homepage. So the setup process is super, super simple. Now, this is the library. This is where the notes will sit. And the more, I don't know why they even add that option yet. For now, let's go to the library, and it takes a little bit longer to download all the books, but essentially this is where all your books and documents sit. It's exactly as if you own a Kindle, you know how this page works. This is exactly how it is. The only difference is you have a bigger grid. You have more books that you can have in the same page. Now in the notebooks, there are a couple of ways to create notebooks, but let's just go back and see what's in it for scribing or annotating books. Let's just select the book that I'm reading these days, The Engineer's Survival Guide. And the first time when you tap on it, it downloads the book, and the second time it actually opens up. No books have been downloaded in the Kindle yet. So it works as a traditional Kindle. You can swipe down and you can adjust the brightness. This has this is a really good feature about warm light. Like, this is super game changer for me when it comes to reading books during bedtime. And of course you have the dark mode as well, which I'm not sure other Kindle or other e-ink devices have. And of course you can use that with the warm light. And so let's just turn that off and turn this off. So you'll see a whole bunch of pop-ups appear telling me what each bit is. This is the toolbar, the writing toolbar, and maximize, minimize, and the hand tool, or and sticky. And so anyway, so let's just to annotate, you have to. Oh, by the way, you can swipe left and right exactly how you would do in a normal Kindle. The reading experience is super nice. You can swipe down for additional settings. You can tap on the top to get the top toolbar where you can adjust the, of course, you get more wizards. This is the first time when you turn it on. Regardless of how long have you been using Kindle, it will always show you all those pop-ups. And so, like, just like any other Kindle, you have the ways to change your themes, fonts, font size, layout, setup margins, and yeah, this is the same as before, which is one of the main reasons why I bought the Kindle anyways, to be able to have a Kindle where you can write. So let's just go to the sticky option, and let's just see how we can place a sticky or a note. So you can just press OK, and then tap anywhere on the screen to make the sticky. Now, because this is I'm pointing, or I'm creating a sticky at the bottom of the page, it's smart enough to open up this canvas on the top of a page, so I can still have the text visible around the sticky. So if I need to take a reference, but you can move it up and down if you wish. Now I'm just gonna start writing some random stuff. I don't know what to write when I'm making videos. And also, pardon my writing style. None of my teachers liked it. I wasn't a fan when it comes to writing. But you have a whole bunch of 5 different writing widths, or the thickness of the pen. Not a huge fan. I might just talk about those in a review later on, but I think they could have done a much better job in a lot of things. That's the whole theme of this video. Even though this is not a review, I feel like software-wise, it is a pretty lackluster device. When it comes to software, the hardware is fully capable. If you have a premium pen, of course, you can use the eraser in the back, which is super nice. Or if you don't have a premium pen, you can use the eraser tool from the left. Which in some cases might even be faster than flicking your pen upside down multiple times at like your session, depending on how many mistakes you do. And it also has a highlighter feature. So like, for example, if I write something like this is another note, of course, I am ripe with creativity here. And so if you select the highlighter tool, you can highlight the text. Now, one of the things that I think that lacks in this device is be able to erase just the highlighted bit. Like if there's a way that I can say, hey, I don't want to highlight this bit, I just want to keep the text. Apparently you can't do that, at least for now. Unlike how you can do in Notability and GoodNotes, don't have any other e-ink device. The other way to do it is to add a note is by selecting or highlighting a text. And then just like any other Kindle where you can add a text, typed notes, you can add notes like written notes as well for those selected pieces of texts. So I don't know what I'm writing in this case. Interesting point. I don't even know, to be honest, what I selected. But yeah, this is where, I'm just doing my whole handwriting sucks. But I do like the writing experience. Now, I don't own any other e-ink tablets. That's a disclaimer that I might have mentioned in the past as well in this video so far. But I don't own any other e-ink device. The only thing that I have is, of course, a real pen and paper experience, but also an iPad Air 4 with a paper-like screen. Now, the paper-like screen is super, super good. I might make a video on that later on. But this Kindle Scribe is just way, way better than that. It is much, much closer to actually writing on a piece of paper. The experience is much, much more real. Although it's not as good. I haven't tried any other e-ink devices like the Remarkable, the Onyx Books, the Supernote. I might probably check those out if I have money in the future. But for now, I think I'm pretty much satisfied, and I really hope Amazon takes it to a next level. The rest of the stuff are pretty straightforward. When you select the text, it takes you to, it shows you a dictionary, Wikipedia, and you have a translation option, of course, with a whole lot of languages. And yeah, I think in terms of the reading and annotating for the books experience, this is basically it. I forgot to actually record a bit to annotate PDF documents, but I might do that later. Oh yeah, the only thing that you can do with the toolbar is you can move it left and right, and you can hide it as well when you're reading a book. But that is pretty much it when it comes to reading experience. So let's just go to the notebooks. Now this is where this is the core of this whole experience, if you will. So I already have a folder. You can only have a one level folder. You can't have folders within a folder. Now you have two ways of creating a note. You can add a plus or the notebook icon on the top. You give it a name. Surprisingly, I did like the writing experience on the Kindle. The typing experience, or the keyboard, is pretty responsive. And then you have a few templates. I feel like it's a bit lackluster. They should allow us to add our own templates. But oh well, this is the first generation. Hopefully they can improve upon the software soon. You can just tap on that icon again, and this is where you could rename the document. You can change what cover to show, and you can change the template as well. Although you can only change the template on the entire notebook and not per page. Anyway, so let's just select something and start writing. So it's basically a journal, or a notebook in this case, has has infinite pages. I'm not sure who was I quoting. I think it has infinite pages. I kept going right, and it kept creating new pages for me for the same notebook, which is interesting. And this is where just I'm trying to write. This is a test note 5 different times with different pen thickness. Is that the term for this? So that just to show how it is, what's the differences, if I can speak, what's the differences between all 5 different pens. Now, this is I think they can easily go up a few times, and like they can go thicker than the thickest pen, and they can go lighter than the lightest pen as well. And I think they should probably add more variation, or add because some of the like the second and the third from the top, they're pretty the difference is too much. The second thing is, or the other thing is, that you have to keep in mind that this is not a pressure sensitive pen or screen. I think this has to do with the screen and not the pen. So yeah, so that's now, to be honest, I don't care about being a pen being a pressure sensitive, because I don't sketch, I don't draw. But just because I don't draw and I don't sketch doesn't mean other people don't. So this is a huge market share that they could be losing on, because a lot of people want to draw and sketch. And for that, I think one of the most important thing is to be able to have drawing with having different thickness when it comes to depending on how much pressure do you apply. But that's my take for the Kindle Scribe so far. And of course, you have the undo and redo buttons as well. And I really hope that they add like 2-finger double tap and 3-finger double tap gestures for undo and redo. But we'll see. So I can't find a PDF on my device that I can use to draw, but apparently you can use PDFs, or you can annotate on top of PDFs directly rather than on a sticky note. Now, to do that, I think I need to send a PDF using send to Kindle rather than sideload it. I mean, to be honest, I do love the writing on this though. The only main reason why I bought this was because I wanted to have a device that can allow me to read books on a larger display and also be able to write stuff. So I just wanted to compare this. It's not a comparison video. So in terms of size, let me see. In terms of size, let's just bring down the brightness to be the same. Now, in terms of size, this is the Kindle Paperwhite Signature Edition, and this is the Kindle Scribe. And man, this is a huge difference. So I can only see the text note in both devices. You can see here that this is a text note, this is a text note. There is no handwritten notes. I don't think there's any hardware or software limitations for Kindle, the older Kindles or other Kindle devices, to be able to render a note. So here's just a size comparison between the iPad Air 4 and the Kindle Scribe. I think I like the aspect ratio of the Kindle Scribe because it's a little bit wider while the iPad is a little bit narrower. But apart from that, the iPad is way more capable of doing other things as well. Of course, you have colors. Different apps that you can use. When it comes to Kindle, you only get a single app, which is the journal app, the notebooks app. You don't get too many options when it comes to the Scribe. It would be super nice if they have some sort of an app store where they allow developers to push their own apps and really extend the life of the tablet and what it is capable of. But anyways, I think this is where I will stop, because this was meant to be an unboxing and a first impressions video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or any suggestions, and yeah, see you in the next video. Cheers.